Redditors with toddlers, what's the most recent illogical breakdown they've had? I slowly walked up the stairs with my son trailing behind me. I heard him wailing when I reached the top. Turn around and see him full blown sobbing, face down on the stairs. Unbeknownst to me, we had been racing and I won. When my 3-year-old is mad, she tells us, "I'm never coming to your birthday party." She just had one, and it was awesome, so she figures that must be a good way to get us back in line. One threw a fit because the other flushed her own pee down the toilet. Then a fight broke out over whose pee it really was and who should have flushed it. Friends of mine have 2 toddlers, boy and a slightly younger girl. While on a car ride, the boy pretended he had a lollipop, yes, an imaginary lollipop, and refused to share it with his sister. It escalated to the point that the girl was bawling her eyes out, screaming for him to share this non-existent lollipop, and the mother screaming at the son to share the damn lollipop. She's a bit young for words, so I'm going off wriggles and tears, but she wanted to be put down, but when I put her down she cried and asked to be picked up. But when picked up would try to wriggle free of my grasp. Repeated this a few times until I realized I couldn't win. Sounds like my cat. My daughter cried because she couldn't wear her red shoes. My wife gave in and put them on her. My daughter then threw an absolute fit because she was wearing red shoes. One of my friend's kids had a full-on meltdown because she hadn't eaten her ice cream yet. Not that she couldn't eat it. She could. It was right in front of her. It was her dessert. But the fact that she had to go through the process of eating the ice cream in order to get the end point of having eaten the ice cream and being happy seemed intolerable to her. Watching little humans come to grips with cause and effect is mind-blowing. Took my son to the park. He goes on the climbing frame and down the slide, then throws the mother of all hissy fits kicking at the slide. I kneel down all dad-like and calm him down, then ask why he's kicking the slide. His answer: "I hate it. It's too fun." Bath time every day. 5 minutes of fighting to not take a bath. Once in the bath they don't want to get out. I mean, as an adult I never want to get in the shower. But once I'm in, I never want to get out. I pulled her chair out to enable her to get up to the table. Too far. Then she pulled off her own socks during her tantrum. Tantrum 2 ensues because my socks. My son tried to sneak a piece of chocolate and got busted and just screamed that was not part of my plan. My toddler dropped her fry on the floor, so I picked it up and threw it away and went to hand her the container to get another out. Cue the screams. She runs over to the trash because it didn't matter that there was a whole container full of fries. She wanted that fry that had fallen on the floor. She got put in timeout for hitting her baby sister. She did perfectly fine through the whole time, but when I told her she was all done, she collapsed on the ground crying. Why? I want more timeout. Hit the sister again.
I shouldn't. Do it.
My sister's toddler had a full-on meltdown because his pasta was taking too long to cook. When it was done he didn't want it. Also, he took a dump under their bed that day. My 2-year-old son has been eating only his pink-colored Play-Doh. He doesn't put any other foreign objects in his mouth. I had to hide from his set every shade of red because he learned mixing white will make pink. It's been a full blowout every morning with him asking for red Play-Doh. He's going figure out that he can color white with red magic markers. Because Dora the Explorer says Cinco with an S sound and my Spanish friend told her that in Spain it's Cinco with a TH. Given the onslaught of screaming, rolling around the floor and repeatedly shouting no it's CIEI and Coho, I presume that Dora's word is law and cultural differences mean shit all in her little 3-year world. My niece is like 2 years old and I picked up in her little rocking horse thing and flew her around the room last weekend. She definitely enjoyed because she kept looking at me and yelling up. I made that horse fly around until my arms couldn't handle it anymore. Apparently she has been yelling up at all adults since I left and then crying/screaming when she doesn't get flown around. Sorry. My nephew is 4. His latest thing has been his pooping corner. He has been potty trained for a while now, like 1.5 years. He has decided that he doesn't like the bathroom anymore for pooping. But peeing is fine. I don't know, kids are silly. He will go into the hallway and will poop there. He will squat down and just start pooping. But if you walk in on him pooping or watch him from the living room, he will hold out his hand to block you from seeing him. This doesn't really work when you're 20 feet away. If you watch him, he will throw himself on the ground and start crying while pooping. He will only do that at home. He has not problem using the bathroom anywhere else. I think it's the most toddler thing ever and cried the first time I saw it. My sister doesn't find it funny and is beside herself with what to do. We raise chickens in our backyard. My son loves going outside to feed and watch them. The other day he threw himself on the ground and cried for almost 30 minutes because I wouldn't let him ride a chicken. He only knew he could ride them because he's attempted and been successful before. I remember when my little sister was a toddler, she would throw the biggest tantrum if we didn't get her pepperoni pizza. She always took them off the pizza and put them aside. But if you dared order a cheese pizza, she would lose her damn mind. He couldn't believe that Ralph from Wreck-It Ralph was ignoring him when he was trying to talk to Ralph through the TV. This afternoon my kid had a huge strop because we didn't take him to America last Friday. He wanted to go to his America house. We obviously don't have a house in the USA, and we certainly can't time travel to last Friday and fly off to America randomly. Edit. Thank you all for your kind American welcome for him. We went to Florida last year when he was very small and he loved it so much, and he does talk about it often. And thank you for all the karma. We have been wanting to do a snack exchange to the USA, but we didn't have the karma needed, so now we can. Yay. Put him in the car, blindfold him, and drive to the park. Tell him he's in America. My 2-year-old son got very upset the other day because we wouldn't let him drive the car 200 miles home from holiday. It's only 3 hours. I bet he could do it in 2. With my son, everything is no. Want to go to bed? No. Want to eat a snack? No. Want to play with your trucks? No. So, bit of a fight to get him to do anything without intervention. It got to be so bad he'd say no to his own suggestion. Play trucks. Okay, let's play trucks. No. But you said play trucks. Yeah. Okay, let's play. No. Buddy, it was your idea. No. On and on it went. For an hour. Found my wife in the kitchen absolutely dying trying to keep it together. Edit. We do try the thing where we give him options, but it's still a lot of no's. He's either smarter than that trick or is just brute forcing his way past it. My kid had a crying fit because I pulled the dog food out of his mouth and told him he couldn't eat it. I don't have a toddler of my own, but I'm a preschool teacher and I had a kid have a breakdown because they didn't want to use toilet paper. I gave them the next thing we had, baby wipes. Another breakdown began because they didn't want baby wipes since they are for babies. He ended up throwing shit in chairs. Literal shit? He tried literal shit, but then he hated how it was in his hand. So it was just other stuff in the bathroom and toys once he got out. 2-year-old walks into my office. Mommy, I'm hungry. Okay buddy, what would you like to eat? Child throws himself on the floor and is immediately in full lizard brain meltdown mode. I don't wanna eat anything. This morning, because I will not agree to paint our house purple. Last week, because she has a middle name. Edit. My wife just told me that during tonight's bedtime routine our daughter asked whether our dog has a middle name. My wife told her that she wasn't sure and that my daughter should ask me in the morning. Not sure what my answer should be. My best option may be to distract her by painting the house purple. Edit. Ask my daughter to guess the dog's middle name, and can you believe it? She got it on her first try. Our dog's middle name is T-Rex. I'm now seriously considering paint our front door purple. I mean, why not? There must be some type of purple that parents and child will like. Said he didn't have legs, and that his actual legs were his back legs, and he had no front legs, so he couldn't walk down the stairs. Almost fainted laughing. Not really a toddler at the time, but my kid had a full-blown tantrum cried for like 3 hours, and was banging on stuff because it wasn't the weekend yet. And then when I told her that the weekend started the next day, she cried because she didn't want it to be the weekend yet. That's how I feel on Mondays at work.